Welcome to the video Battlethon inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk, the Michael Rosmer and John Tzu battle. So today's video is about how your self-worth is determined by you and how it's validated by others. A lot of people talk about confidence and living your purpose and living your life and really valuing yourself. That's like a life goal many people pursue. And there's also a lot of people who feel that they have low self-worth or high self-worth. Interesting thing about self-worth, the only person who determine your self-worth is you. You'll do it consciously or subconsciously by the experiences we go through in life. And that's really how you build up self-worth. No one is born with it. No one gets it naturally. It's only accumulated by life experience. You might think, well, there's these really rich people who seem all confident and stuff. And if you get to dig a little bit deeper, you'll notice there's some people who are truly confident, who are really grounded and centered in who they are. And then there's other people who are what we call false self-worth. So they would act like divas, really confident, and they look really strong. But when you dive deep and you actually engage into the conversation, you can tell they're very, I guess inside them, they aren't as confident as they portray themselves to be, and actually quite insecure. So, good example on how your self-worth is validated by others is, have you ever been in a bad relationship or in a bad work situation and you think to yourself, this really sucks, but you go back there day in and day out? It could be an abusive relationship. It could be a relationship where the boyfriend's cheating on you, or it could be a work situation where the boss is just pretty much using you like his slave. And every day you go to work and beat yourself up, or you stay in that relationship that makes you sad. And that's another situation of debating about, only you can create your own happiness. I don't actually believe in that. I believe in that your happiness is co-created with other events and people in your life. You're not the sole controller of your happiness, because if you were, then you'd be happy all the time. And everybody knows in life, no, it's not possible to be happy all the time, nor can anyone actually do it. But going back to the validation of how others treat you, how does that validate your self-worth or what you truly value yourself? So let's look at this example. Someone with low self-worth will take abuse day in, day out, every day, and they'll consistently just stay there until one day, there comes that tipping point of when they've been abused so much that they value themselves a little bit more, and then they get themselves out of that situation. Then you have another situation where, for example, it's a false valuation where they might appear really good, but they're those people who always pleasing others and doing things to make others happy, even at their own expense. So doing stuff to hang out with the right people, or doing stuff to kiss the boss's ass just to get the promotion, right? So that's the external false self-worth of the people who appear confident but are not, and the internal low self-worth, those people who just are pretty much doormats for people. Those are your false self-worth people, just different, inside and outside versions. Where you have the truly people who really have high self-worth. Those people, they do get into unfair situations, but they have the communication skills and the life experience and the character and self-worth to discuss things, to negotiate things, to talk about things, right? You have relationships, for example, if you're in a relationship with somebody who's got, who has true high self-esteem, When there are issues, they talk about it right away. They don't let it sit inside and build up. If they're unhappy with something at work, they're going to have that difficult conversation and say, hey, it's just something at work I've noticed, and let's talk about it. I'm not happy with it. Can we talk about it and discuss it? But how do we say, the moment from dissatisfaction to discussion is much shorter than those who have false or low self-esteem. So if you ever wanted to get a true moment of honesty with yourself, look at all the disrespectful relationships in your life and how bad you think others treat you. And that's really a validation of how much you actually value yourself. If you think they treat you like shit, it's because you think you are shit, but you don't know it. If they treat you really well, not all the time, but most of the time, then you highly value yourself. So yeah, your self-worth is really determined by you, and that's setting the baseline, but validated by others. Tough pill to swallow, but it's an honest moment that helps you build your life from where you actually are at, instead of trying to build a life on a slippery foundation, quicksand. It just doesn't work. Eventually, that false self-esteem, confidence, eventually eats you up and you start to suffocate. And you'll see that by your own life and how others treat you. Thank you for watching my video.